Hello, thank you guys for tuning in to Heavenly Sent People You Should Know. As you guys know that my name is Cynthia. I have a youth organization called Heavenly Sent Youth where I expose kids to different outside of their neighborhoods. And so this year has been awesome for us. And so we've got so many awesome things in store for the kids next year. So one of the things that we're doing next year is called a pop-up family home life skill workshop. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do that at a different church, possibly 2 churches a month, where we get youth and just teach them home and life skills, things like a small sewing. Thank you. Yeah, sewing. Yes. A cooking class. Yes. Teach the boys how to tie ties, resume skills. Teach them how to reiterate to the kids how to make a bed up, how to do laundry, how to fold, how to be a big brother, big sister, things like that. Because we aren't taught those things in school, and those things need to be implemented. Because I think if kids have a skill, then they won't be quick to go out in the streets and do whatever it is that's happening today. So if you give them something, like for instance today, I just asked the kids. What is it that they wanted to do? Because typically when they come in, everybody want to play basketball. So I sat them all down and was like, why do you think NBA players play basketball and put all their time and energy to it? And so they all gave different answers. But one of the kids was like, because they get paid a lot of money. I said, you're exactly right. I said, so that same energy you guys put into that, tell me what it is that you guys want to do. And so they named all these different tasks. So I told them, for 30 days, I need you guys to write down exactly what you want to do. I want you to look up how much you make. And I want you to spend 30 minutes, whether it's TikTok, YouTube, or whatever it is, watching what it is. So then in 30 days, you guys will, at some point, know if that's what you want to do or know what it entails. And so they were looking like, oh, okay. So I'm excited about that. And one little girl's like, can we start today? So I'm looking forward to tomorrow because they have to have a 30-day journal with just that. Because I understand that with kids, if they don't have structure and discipline, then what are we doing? We just all over the place. And so I notice when I give them a task, because the very next day they come in, it's like, Miss Cynthia, this is what I got. So I'll be doing that at churches. And so if you guys have a pastor that's interested in hosting that at their church, please get in touch with me. You know, there's a million churches. There's not a lot of spaces. So you guys get in tune with that. Find me at Heavenly Sent Youth on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So, with that being said, I have this amazing man that I met. Thank you, Karen, for the introduction. Karen has been telling me all about you, and so when she did that networking event, I heard you speak, and I was like, I've been looking for him. So, thank you for taking time at your busy day to come and talk to me and the audience. And so, without further ado, I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Johnnie Savory II. I am from Peoria, Illinois. At the age of 14 years old, I was wrongly convicted.
Oh, cool.
And condemned to life in prison.
So he said at 14, he was wrongly convicted and condemned to life in prison at 14 years old.
Yes.
Wow.
For crimes I did not do, nor had any part in.
Wow.
And the most troubling thing to me is, one is you were giving these set of values as a child, telling them that, you know, the truth will always set you free, that if you tell the truth, you know, nothing won't happen to you. But it's not that simple in life.
Wow.
You experience the other side of adults as a child. And a lot of things is going on around us here in Chicago today and with throughout this nation is that problems are created by adults. We don't have problem children. We have children with problems, as Jonathan Jackson used to always say, meaning the problem was already created before they even came.
Wow.
Now they're products of that problem. And you put people in elected and appointed positions such as police officers, judges, prosecutors, and you think that they're going to uphold the one oath that they take, and that's to serve and protect But when they become the criminal, then what? When they are the one who commit the crime, because they may not want to call it wrong conviction, it's just like being kidnapped.
So you said at 14. So did you have to spend time in jail for that?
Spent 30 years in prison.
30 years in prison at the age of 14.
At age 14 to 44 when I came home.
Wow.
And there I met many other innocent brothers who were there.
Wait, you told me that they offered you 50 to 102
No,
double.
they ain't offered me. That's what they sentenced me to.
They sentenced you to 50
To
to
100
100 years.
years.
And you said 2 life sentences.
No, they
Oh, gosh.
tried to sentence me to the death penalty twice.
To the death penalty. Okay,
At 14 and at 18 when I came back for retrial.
And this happened in Peoria, you said?
Happened in Peoria, Illinois.
Wow.
You know, and there's, but it happens everywhere.
Yeah, that's
Because
true.
we understand now, Chicago carries the distinct title of Torture City, USA, and also many of those brothers who were tortured. I happened to become acquaintances and friends with them, and not to mention all the brothers that then came, young men, and came home, black and white, through the efforts, my efforts and the efforts of my attorneys and the grace of God. The DNA statute here, that frees most people who were in prison, wrongly in prison, or falsely accused. It's Savory, People versus Savory, Illinois. You know, so it's what they did was wrong.
Where were you when they came and got you?
In school,
In school.
yes,
Wow.
in school. You know, it's people. And so many people still are amazed and say, well, how could they? But when you look and just just open your eyes and look at the history of injustice that we have suffered as a people, not just us, the natives, other races of people, and the many whites that lost their life trying to free us so we can have that the essence of freedom in this country. It wasn't just us, but we were the majority.
So 14, that's what, 7th, 8th grade, right?
Yes,
7th, 8th grade.
yes. Leaving out of that, never made it to high school.
Wow.
You know, never got to go on my prom, never got to go to play sports or nothing else because you just took it all away. And
How are you able to mentally survive that? Because we talked about that earlier, and I think you made mention of your faith.
my faith in God. And there ain't no other answer for me. I believe that and my spirituality told me there's something greater than me and all that I see. And God, it was amazing. God took me back to the same town 36 years later. My sister passed away on March 1st, 2012. On November 14, 2012, I filed my petition for DNA testing through the awesome work of Rob Warden and Steve Drizzen and Josh Tefford and Laura Nader, the wonderful people at Northwestern. That became my second home. And they, and people can go to YouTube and see it all.
Yeah, I was looking at
But
some.
we went there and they allowed me to file it myself, which gave me even greater joy. And DNA came back and cleared me, but it's still not enough.
Wow. So at what age, so you was 14, so you were still a kid. So what age did you realize, what age did it hit you? Or should I say at what age, because I think you said you what do you call it when you petition your time or whatever?
Oh, the pardon?
Yeah, part. So at what age did you understand that you, or was somebody advocating for you?
No, well, my godmother, I had one of the most awesome godmothers anywhere on the planet,
Awesome.
Octavia Marie Brachette. But she had, let me not forget Mrs. Lawton. Mrs. Lawton.
You can't forget nobody.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna do it. She took the baton first, and she passed it on to my mother Octavia, and my godmother then touched Beverly Vilberg and John Vilberg. It's a very prominent white family in Peoria, Central Illinois, and they were Republican at that, but they stood by my side, and they had been there by my side all these years, and the many other women that stood with my mother, my godmother, but they only could do so much.
I believe that.
I had to learn from reaching out from behind the bars, the concrete, and all that. And at the time that I happened to go to prison, we had many conscientious people in it, young, middle-aged, older, and my first clemency was actually filed in 1978.
What does clemency mean?
Clemency means to the governor for either a pardon based on innocence, full pardon back then because they didn't have that word in there.
Wow.
So it was just a full pardon.
And what year you said it was?
That was in 1978.
So how old was you at that point?
15 going on 16.
So like a year, okay, a couple years. Okay.
Yeah, so we coming out of era now. We coming out the era of the 60s, so we know conscientious black and whites and everybody, which I try to give everybody a little credit because, no, but some people don't recognize, even music helped us to gain civil rights. Matter of fact, music was probably more profound because that's when the black and white groups would study blacks like our blues players and people like that who could play instruments and do things that without even reading a note of music, but they was who played better than Jimi Hendrix, who played better than anyone that we can think of, and it became a melting pot for us in terms of why we still hanging on to this slavery. Some has it free. Many things broke our chains. It wasn't just civil rights leaders talking. It was a combination of many things to awaken the consciousness of people and see that that's a human being over there.
So because of those women that advocated for you, you was able to file clemency?
No, I filed that actually with the brothers in prison. They was there. They raised money for me for attorney, and stood by me when I didn't have a voice. They became my voice. And if I ever got a chance, I want Viola Davis to play my mama. I hope she's looking at this. You see this on YouTube, because those women back then was something awesome. Because and then I wondered, where is the black man at? But when I came home, and the people that I had a chance to meet along the way, I realized that the devastation that took place in our community, whether it's from war, whether it's from poverty, when it damn near took a little toll on us, and it was our job to go out here and cultivate those relationships with one another, and I've had an awesome journey because I have none but respect along the way. And that's what I give out.
Interesting. So so what's your fight today?
These children.
Okay.
It's always about the children with me. And then it's my hope that in 2023, I can launch the first ever Innocence Tour in the world.
And you say tour as in travel?
Bus tour first, then plane, then train.
You mean when you say tour, you mean you traveling, going?
Yes, and the bus tour has already been designed. I already copyrighted it. It has the American flag on one side and the Bill of Rights on the other. And the faces of the stars are young people, innocent, who have lost their lives.
Wow.
I got a very good friend up in Delaware. Her name is Tawana Graves, and she has this Bring Back Our Children. That be on Twitter and Facebook, just all the missing children that we've had.
I've seen that.
And she's such an awesome person. But we have to do this collectively. We don't do it collectively and got brothers down in Georgia. Man, it's going to take a village. Just like when you were describing all the things you're trying to bring to this. There should be some more people ready to step up also. And I do know some people that can help with carpentry,
Please.
electrician,
Please.
plumbing, and stuff like that, because they do have a school on the west side.
And all this is free.
Yeah, yeah. But teaching people how to give back is a unique thing. So, we got plenty of them that belong to the Teachers Union. And if y'all listening, you can contact her here through the show. And you all that are plumbers, carpenters, because you can come to have a facility where you can teach them carpentry. So they can learn how to make a set of stairs.
Absolutely.
So they can learn how to do floors.
I love it.
Electrician, they can have the little make-believe electrician boxes up on the wall where they
That's the
do
idea.
that. See, I mean, but it requires all of us. It ain't going to work with just one person. The Lord, then, he took 12, didn't he? He had 12? Okay, that's what I'm trying to say right now. You need more than one person. Ecclesiastes say you need 2 or more. Because when you fall, somebody who going to help you get up.
That's true.
And the only animal I know on this earth that don't travel in a pack, might be some more, is a tiger. Once the babies are born, you're on your own.
Okay, I gotta go.
Now lions and all the rest of them, they have packs. They
So a
stay around and
tiger.
kick. Tiger don't do that. So when the tiger gone, he gone.
Okay. So are you? So you mentioned that the tour.
Mm-hmm.
So So when you say tour, I think of like somebody traveling here and there.
A bus, a coach, one of those coach buses is going to be designed to carry 6 people. There we will have discussions about how to better reform the system that we're in.
Wow.
That we can have, so we can better help one another. It might be a professor. It might be a cook. It might be anyone. Your knowledge is valuable to this equation for solutions. We don't need to no more reforms.
So after you said, 14 when you went in, you said 16, between 15 and 16, you did the clemency.
That was the first one. I did about 5 or 6 of them.
Really?
Till it
So
got
so that's just
that didn't do nothing for me. Yeah, by the governor.
Wow.
It didn't nothing happen. It was finally Governor Quinn, and I got to thank him in the last hour. But however, I have to thank all the wonderful people who overwhelmed the governor's office. And I mean, when I say overwhelmed it, they overwhelmed it. Everywhere I seen them, they just try to duck me. They don't even want to see me. You can't go to a picnic. You can't sit down and have dinner. None of that. We're gonna resolve this matter. But I wanted to tell people, because I think they got this kind of messed up a little bit. It ain't enough that we say we love one another.
Okay.
And then turn around and use self-hatred to destroy one another.
I agree.
That's about as oxymoron as they're saying that is, how did they used to say that? Is honor among thieves. I'm trying to figure that one out. I'm still trying to figure it out.
It's honor among thieves.
There's no honor among no thieves. Each one waiting to get the other one. Where the honor? But if we bring honor and integrity into this equation, we won't have injustice.
Okay.
We won't have them. You won't have to struggle like that to try to help the children. That will help be pouring from everywhere. That's what I seen when my journey for DNA testing. I had help from the most unlikely sources.
Wow.
I had federal prosecutors, judges.
That helped you.
The number one pastor was Jeremiah Wright, who signed my petition. He the only one that on my original petition before I came home.
Wow.
And John Grisham, Hurricane Carter in Canada, you name them. But through the spearheadness of Rob Wood, we didn't have no Innocence Project when I started this journey.
Wow.
But one of the people that always listened to me after I read his article was Rob Warden. He used to be the executive director of Center on Wrongful Conviction. He's also was a renowned writer, and a very passionate person. And this justice is something you can see that's written all over him. And then there was Steve Drizzen.
Okay.
And Tom Garrity. Now they're gonna tell you they don't like them when I bring them up, but I was stalking them ever since I was a teenager. because I couldn't believe that nobody couldn't hear me.
Wow.
But now what pains me is my letters that's marked should be marked returned to sender.
Wow.
See, because I wrote Barack Obama. I wrote Vernon Jordan. I wrote Bryson. I wrote Cornell World. I wrote Cornell West. So you can't tell me I didn't write my people.
Okay.
I wrote my people, but what my people wrote me back when what I asked for. I said, can you help me get a lawyer? Can you help me prove my innocence? My people in power didn't respond to them. They're talking about pray. I don't need you to pray with me. I need the help. You got the resource. Because the Proverbs 3 say, withhold not good from whom is in the power in your hand to do it.
Okay.
You got to do it right then.
Wow.
You can't tell them go and come back tomorrow when you can do it now. If you tell me and Karen, you remember how we met? We met helping a very good friend of mine. She's like a sister to me also, Nakia, with the firehouse over on 75th Street.
Okay.
She was being in a little restaurant together. And me and Karen met there because she called for people to come help.
Okay.
So we responded. That's how we met. So we started painting.
Wow.
And doing the thing. But we met, just like I said, coming to help.
Wow.
Don't know you. You don't got to know you. Know you need some help, and I can help you. So it's my obligation to do just that.
Wow.
You know, and then I never let my circumstances, most of the time I don't even talk about my circumstance. I'd rather talk about somebody else's circumstance because there's a certain pain in it.
Gotcha.
Knowing that somebody wanted to take your life for absolutely nothing, and you were helpless there and couldn't do anything. Knowing that somebody lying on you right in front of your face. And I always had to ask myself, how do you take an oath like they take? That you put justice first. But as soon as the campaign is over with, the slogan gone, and here go injustice. Injustice is a man-made cancer.
Wow.
That ain't come along. Well, I ain't gonna even put the pandemic in there. But in the pandemic, I do this. People know what it's like to suffer injustice. You suffer for a crime that was not yours. You did not bring the disease in this country. You did not bring the infection in here, but yet you were made to pay for it.
You're right.
You know, and I think that helped change the consciousness of people, knowing that you can't go out your house now. You got to stay in there. Finna be curfew. How you get curfew out of somebody that been free all their life?
Yeah, you're right. They sure was doing
They ain't know what to do.
Yeah, you're right.
They almost lost their mind. Matter of fact, many of them did lose their mind. But my point is, injustice don't have to happen. People tell me how we got to reform this. You don't got to reform this. How about you let the truth do what the truth do, and you get out the way of the truth? Then you lied to me when you said that you're innocent till you're proven guilty. You marked me for guilty before you even looked and reviewed the facts.
Wow.
Now the DNA back, the title of this story should be The Blood Don't Lie. But you still want to still push the lie.
Wow.
And we
That's
do
deep.
nothing as a people, though. So it's our fault. We get to talk about where this they from. No. What you let it happen for? We got people in the government. We got people in the legislative hall. We got people that's clergy. Show me the clergy that stand up and no, I'm serious now. Show me a clergy. I'm just gonna go on that on the line. That stood up in any innocent man case. I don't know. No.
Well, you guys heard just a tad bit of his story. He's got videos on YouTube, correct?
Yes.
He's got videos on YouTube. Please go and check him out. Mr. Johnnie, thank you profusely for taking time at your busy schedule and such a short notice. And you, Karen said, oh, Cynthia, he's a man of his word. He's a man of his word. He say he coming, he coming. And sure enough, you guys, he was here way before I was. So with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in to Heavily Sent. People you should know, I thank my mother and my grandmother
Yes.
and my oldest son and my youngest son for just supporting me, and all the people that share my posts and donate and give. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you.
And it's going to get better in 2023. We don't want to have to get on TV and ask for no money or nothing else that have to do with children. We want to put our best foot forward in all our schools and everything. Let's put our best foot forward and help one another today.
Last but not least, thank Can TV for
Yes.
giving us this platform, and
Yes.
God for just allowing us to be who we are in this space. See you guys next year.
Yes.